The typical grading scale in school is A through F, but with the pandemic, it's been tricky for teachers to put a letter on it. Governor Doug Ducey is stepping in to help make it easier on teachers, parents, and students. News 4 Tucson's Allie Potter explains how this affects Pima County schools.
Well, Governor Ducey is saying no to letter grades. He says students have been kept out of school for far too long, and goes on to say, quote, "I have serious concerns about the learning loss that has occurred this past year." So Governor Ducey signed House Bill 2402. He says this legislation ensures students continue to be elevated so we can get them the help they need while also recognizing this year's unique and provide some flexibility around the state's A through F letter grade system.
Pausing for the letter grade A through F for schools is a really good idea.
Pima County Superintendent of Schools Dustin Williams says it's a relief to students, teachers, and parents.
We also know it's not a great snapshot for our student to actually know how they're doing physically, emotionally, and just in general.
He says he's never been a fan of the A through F grading.
What happens is if a student takes a test one time a year, that doesn't tell me how the student's doing through the whole entire year.
Like I used to always tell my daughter and my son, hey, we don't accept C's in this house. We're B's and A's. That's what we work for.
Peter Hughes has 2 kids and they're in the Marana School District. He says the pandemic has been challenging enough.
What is the added stress of a letter grade?
His views on the A through F grading system have changed.
It's tough just living in this COVID world, right? So I'm willing to be flexible so long as my kids are still learning. I don't really care if they get A's, B's, or C's, so long as they're still learning. I think that's the important thing.
At this point, it's going to be postponed, is what I've heard. And then schools will use their own internal benchmarks as they already do on a quarterly basis.
And that grading system will continue through the end of the school year. We've got you covered on the Northwest side. Allie Potter, News 4 Tucson.